Welcome back to Mechanical Engineering Design, and what you see here is a coolant distribution system. This system is used in a workshop setup where we have more than one CNC lathe or CNC milling machine. So these machines normally require a lot of coolant when they are operational, and for you to use this coolant you need a continuous supply, especially when you are using it for a whole day. So to simplify this process, I've came up with a model of a coolant distribution system where we have a one storage location. This is a one storage location, storage tank, with a motor that does the mixing of the water and the coolant. So it's on a raised platform, and during distribution we only use gravity to do the distribution. So where power is needed is during the mixing and also during the recirculation, where you need to pump the already used coolant back into the storage tank. Now from the storage tank we have a controller, and this controller controls the coolant level inside the tank. So inside the tank we have a floating sensor which will relay information to the controller, and then the controller will beep or raise alarm that the coolant level is below the minimum and it needs to be refilled. Now let's look at what's inside. So what we have here is the mixer. So when you are pouring the coolant into the tank, you need to add a ratio of water inside. So this will ensure that you are not using a large amount of coolant on its own, but you also have to play around with water, and this ratio can be in the range of 1 to 20. That's 5% coolant and 95% water for general machining, and for heavy duty machining then you need a ratio of 10% to 90%. So ratio of 1 to 10% coolant and then 90% water. So it's important that you have a mixer inside to do the mixing. Now we have a small motor on top that operates the mixer inside the tank. Now here we have a tap. So this tap will close down all the coolant that goes to the distributor. This can be operated maybe when you are doing the maintenance or there is any leakage on the distribution line, then you have to turn off the coolant from the storage tank. Now then we have the distribution pipe into the distributor. So on the distributor controls the level of coolant that flows into the storage tank of each individual machine. One can be on the lathe machine and another one can be on milling machine. And these storage tanks can be as many as you can, depending on the size of your equipment in your workshop. Now and then from the distributor we now go to each individual storage tank on the CNC machines. So this setup saves on time that could have been used to go and do manual refilling. So you can do a whole setup on one specific storage tank, then you don't have to struggle doing the mixing and all that on each individual machine. You only have to do the mixing on one storage tank and everything is done. So this setup can be used in schools, colleges or universities where training is continuous to speed up the operation. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, I do videos on mechanical engineering designs, so don't forget to subscribe and turn on notification so that you get an update whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.